Wonder how long it figures out before everybody. He gonna figure out where everybody else is in 1 second. He's been chirping and stuff, kind of. I think, like trying to call out to other birds to see where they are. And they're gonna figure out that there's rice up here. I just, I don't speak bird. They come out, the little sparrows, and they like to hang out around me because I have food. And just like the pigeons. Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk for a minute, I guess, about my thing with the birds. One, it's really calming to look at them, and it really can make you forget about yourself and all your troubles just for a minute and just watch them. And they're really nice to watch. And I try to feed them when I can. Probably a little too much the last couple weeks. The last week I know I had been feeding everybody a little too much, good and bad. But yeah, I started feeding the birds because I realized, that they're affected by us, and we come in their areas and we throw out things. They pick it up and they eat it. A couple weeks ago, before I realized that, I wanted to start doing that. And a thing happened where I saw a seagull that got really hurt, and he actually got hit by a car and then landed on another car in traffic. And I could see the distress in the bird and the person that was driving. So I got out of the car and I moved the bird off the man's hood. And the man, he was driving. I could see he was in his 60s. He had a whole thing full of balloons, like he was picking up for a birthday party or a wedding anniversary or something like that. I could tell he was very stressed out. I looked at him, I gave him a nod, and I ran back to my car. And I'll never forget it, because when you see an animal that's struck like that, there's certain things that aren't pretty. And then I felt like he was an older person. Like, what if he would have had a cane or something? What if he would have had a heart attack or something like that? Just by the whole shock. He didn't pull over right away. When the bird landed, he was shaking his car trying to get the bird off. What if he would have freaked out having to do that? What if that would have made him have a panic attack? So something small, you don't think about it. I'm trying to keep myself together, because for a couple days I tried to act like that didn't bother me. But by day 2, I could just keep seeing what happened. It would replay in my head over and over. And I have this anxiety thinking about it. And I thought to myself, well, damn, that was kind of traumatizing. Camille, what happened? So be gentle to yourself, Feel what I gotta feel, and go through those type of emotions. So I did, and I come to terms with it, thinking about the bigger picture. And these type of things happen with animals all the time. They get struck out. People will be driving and they'll hit animals. They'll go in and disturb their homes with construction sites, and they suffer because of it. They suffer because of us. So why not just give them something small, and then I get entertainment out of it. I feel useful. I'm spending more time outside. I'm working on grounding myself so I'm not triggered by the sound of birds, because I was triggered by that for a long time. But I'm moved past that. I'm grounded with the birds. I'm thinking about seriously getting a couple parakeets when I move this summer. But for now, I'm happy with this situation, with them. I'm not overfeeding the neighborhood, even though I do hand out a little bit of food every now and then. Actually, I do it about twice a day, because there are so many of them. I try to feed them, twice a day. And that way, I get to hang out with them twice a day. they still come out and hang out with me, but only briefly because they be on their food mission. So I feed them, bread is good. I've done bread. I fed them some tortillas. They like the tortillas. Justin actually kind of got mad at me because I had been giving them like 2 tortillas every day for like the past 3 or 4 days. I'm like, you got 25 tortillas, but we don't have any taco meat or anything to put a tortilla in. And I know that so many of them have gotten wasted before, so now they're not going to waste, because for a long time before he got those, I was going through the ones that were stale. So it's not like we were losing groceries because I'm feeding these birds. I think it was day before yesterday, or yesterday actually, Justin went to Sam's Club and he got these pretzel rolls. Now, I ate 2 yesterday and I ate 2 this morning, okay? I got it. I like carbohydrates. I'm not feeding them those carbohydrates like that. They should have simple food, stuff that don't have food coloring and additives and salt and sugar and seasonings and shit, because onions are toxic for birds. So, kind of root vegetable you can give them. Bunny rabbits and all that, are good. But if you got a bread and it's onion bread, don't give that to no bird. They don't need that. They need some stuff that you would say, man, this doesn't taste all that good. This is bland as hell. That's what they want to eat, okay? So they go crazy over peas and corn. They like cornbread, but you can make bird cornbread, which is basically a little bit of cornmeal, some water. Don't put no oil in it. It don't have to look pretty. It's just got to have something else than just bleached white bread. I felt really bad giving them that. I was like, they're not going to like to eat this. This is not good for them. Look at that one. He's getting a little fat from this. Like, I feel like one of them was really getting fat. Like, one particular one, I think I was calling him Paulie. Yeah, before he lost, he had some feathers that he got into a little scrapping beef with. So, but yeah, it's like, I got regulars, I know that. The sparrows, I can't tell you. There's so many of them, I can't name all of them, I can kind of recognize them by what they look like as far as their age and if they're skinny or fat or whatever. But I can't clock the sparrows. I just don't have enough time to really do it, I got a good photographic memory, but not that good. Not trying to stress myself. So yeah, we also have bunny rabbits in this neighborhood, and anywhere basically on the east side, all along Oakland, there's bunny rabbits, in Humboldt, anywhere where there's little bushes. So we got rabbits, and the baby rabbits were out here the other night. I remember I saw one about a month ago when it was raining, and he was out there looking for grass, He was out there looking for grass. And, the sparrows, they got their own thing. They don't really too much interfere with the pigeons. They aren't scared of the pigeons. The pigeons, I think, are afraid of the sparrows because if the sparrows fly too fiercely, they'll fly away. They won't crowd up on a bunch of sparrows when they're swooping in because they're so flighty. Sometimes the pigeons will jump even if I'm doing something like taking my camera out, so I don't always record them when I'm out here. But when I first throw out the bread and stuff, they can go crazy over it, like literally nuts. So it's nice. I kind of feel like a hood version of like Cinderella sometimes, I mean, I don't have like a godmother that makes me dresses and I don't drive in pumpkins, but you know what I mean. It's just a really nice feeling, being out here with nature and feeling the air and, being alive. So I'm really happy. I don't know what my social media presents like, but I'm in a really good mood. So thank you for listening to my TED Talk.